Movement number 4. Dragon seeks path. Dragon whips his tail.
Yo, my man, why you got on that purse, huh?
Hey, this ain't no purse. I'm the big dilf. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid at, you heard? Get your money up, not your funny up.
Yo, grrr. Yo, MUNFU podcast.
Yo, shout out to the MUNFU, the dude, for getting on stage with Meek Mill and just hitting the most.
Oh shit! Hold on. Big deal from the spot. Shh, don't make it hot. If you ain't growling, you wildin'. Get your money up, not your funny up.
Definitely
abrasive Millie Rock I've ever seen.
Definitely hit the jailhouse Millie Rock.
My nigga.
Yo, you know what's crazy? He's 6'8". Pause.
My nigga hit that. Hey, yo, I got next on the Millie Rock. That nigga hit that shit so. I was like, nigga, he hit that shit aggressively.
Definitely.
And he ripped it.
Definitely hit that shit like Math Hoffa.
Knock them out! Still on their block! Millie Rock!
Yo, stiff as hell, boy. He said, yo, you talking dumb, yo. MUNFU podcast, profit, Prodega making paper till the sun goes down. Look at Scru face, John. Yo.
Look at Bass saying, that nigga was beating an egg, nigga.
It was definitely aggressively slapping.
That nigga was definitely mixing pancake batter.
Yo, merchandise available.
Dog.
Yo, I promise you, yo, it's official. You heard? Get your money up, not your funny up. You know what's crazy? Tekashi said at the beginning of his latest video too, "Get your money up, not your funny up," which is legendary.
Listen, bruh. The vision of Mass Hoffa and Cortez. Don't sleep on Cortez.
Yo. I'm just gonna insert that clip.
Nigga, don't sleep on Cortez. His was a little more loose, but it was too wide.
They were literally going like this, and I just couldn't stop.
Dog,
laughing.
I'm literally crying right now.
Yo, buddy up, no footy up, bro. Hilarious.
Oh, God!
You heard?
Mass Hoffa is the ugliest Millie Rock I've ever seen
in my life, bro.
Oh.
Yo, tag Matt. Somebody tag Matt. Somebody send this to Matt and let him know that he was stiff as hell.
You gotta put that clip in.
Yo.
You gotta put that clip in, bro. Because they're never gonna understand why I'm laughing as hard as I'm laughing.
Yo, maybe it's funnier that they don't know. Like, you better go search your own.
You gotta put that in there, man.
Yo,
anyway, my
son.
bad.
What we talk about First of all, merchandise. Make sure you get that. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you do that. You know what I mean? Strictly for the Fans EP's out now. Make sure you go stream that. You heard? Download it, buy it.
Big Mensa diss track video should be out today. Because we're filming this a day early. Go watch that. The audio is almost at 20,000 views. It's probably gonna be 20,000 by the time this is up. If we got that means we gotta get the video to at least 20. At least 20. And that's an at least.
Man, least, man. We shooting for 40, yo. Yo, let's get 300 likes up on this video, too. I know we can do it. 300 likes on this video. 300 likes, maybe, you know. But anyways, what we talking about, bro? Besides Millie Rock?
No, we're just talking about Math Hoffa and Cortez.
Can we just talk about Math Hoffa and Cortez for 30 minutes?
We gonna talk about the Joyner interview, because I'm definitely gonna roast that nigga K-Slay. What's his name? Because K-Slay definitely on some...
K-Slay gave literally top 3 worst interviews that I've ever heard in my life.
He asked the most... Wait, so what do you think of this nigga that he's not going to have merch? Anyway, but wait. Anyway, so Joyner Lucas had an interview on Shady 45, and the reason why I thought that this should be its own MUNFU, because a lot of the answers that we had, questions that we had were answered, like release dates, like what kind of song it's gonna be with him and M, like the most important thing to me, the biggest thing was how he worked with M. The story with Royce and everything.
Yeah. That's facts.
Hold on, my bad. Yeah, so let's get into that. So, Joyner goes up to Shade 45. I'm not gonna lie, it's like 2 days old, pretty sure.
But that shit only has like 1.5 thousand views, so it's still kind of percolating a little bit. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it. I don't know.
Like, I'm trying to be positive. Anyways.
I feel you. But, so, did this interview, they were talking about ADHD, the project. Let's start off by saying, I think one of the most important things, the release date. He said, because this whole time we've been talking about it, we never talked about a release date.
Right.
He said early 2019, the top of the year. So I'm assuming it's going to be the first month of next year.
Yeah. It'll probably drop. Yeah, I mean, it'll probably drop at the very, very beginning of the year, I assume.
Yeah. And, man, there's a lot to talk about. I'm putting the video up, so I'm kind of paying half attention, my bad. But, so he did this interview before he went platinum, like before he got that platinum plaque, right?
Yes.
All right, well, Joyner after this, which is, I talked about it in my video too, the fact that Joyner's a platinum artist now is just... Because, like I said, like, coming up in the underground or, like, the circuit, especially a circuit that I was very involved with, which was, like, the Midwest lyrical fast rapper circuit, like, it was almost like I always missed Joyner. Like, we would be touring and Joyner would be touring, and somebody'd be like, dang, Joyner Lucas was in this venue last month or 2 weeks ago, bodied it, y'all gotta do, like, literally, or... The team backpack. I don't know if you ever did a team backpack, but it's just like
basically from 2014 to now, Joyner Lucas has been bubbling, and this year was just his year.
Being what's it called, like involved with Hobson a lot made me like hear of Joyner and hear and see his movement. So the fact that he went from where he was at to having a platinum song is so insane, especially to someone like me. Because it's literally like, there was a time when Joyner Lucas was like futuristic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that, especially to me, because that whole underground scene that I came up with, Joyner's a part of that. I never met him. I never got to like, but he worked with a lot of those people. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them. So it's crazy to see the fact that he's a platinum selling artist now. And that goes back to the conversation we were having yesterday about the alley-oop that M gave him, where I was like, well, he's about one more, like, after this song, he's a household name. After the feature, if it go, I'm not going to say it's going to go platinum, but if he goes anywhere platinum on his own single, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, Joyner will then be a force to be reckoned with, especially in the beginning of the year. Now, he's got to keep murking the year up.
I think there's a good chance. I think that there's a real good chance that Joyner's album will go platinum. Honestly. Like, Joyner's having a really, bro, like, with how big... you gotta think about it like this. When you go search Joyner Lucas on iTunes, the only thing that comes up is that the Suicide, the 508 whatever album that he dropped. And, like, there's not really a ton of music that he has like out there available for people to go listen to. So the fact that this is like his first major mainstream project, like with the rollout that he's had with M, the momentum that he'll have with the new M track, his visuals, he's dropping more videos.
I think the crust of it all is that M track. I think the big shebangalang is when they released that. He said it's going to be on some stand stuff. And honestly, like when it comes to being a reactor and stuff like that, like I know what that's going to do to the internet. You know what I mean? Like that is going to be like Eminem and Joyner Lucas on Lucky You is one thing. To have like a storytelling type track, that's going to be a whole nother thing.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. I mean, I think I hope the project is very good. I'm sure it will be. I've never really been let down by anything that Joyner's done in the past, so I'm sure I'll
One thing I'll say after watching that shit, because we can just talk about it. after watching that Shade 45 interview, Joyner needs a little media training.
He does, 100%.
He needs a little bit of media training.
He's very, I'll tell you, he's almost like too humble. Like,
yeah, and too humble. Not even just that, but he's kind of borderline boring.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, some people are like that, and like some people are.
Nah, listen, I know what he's trying to do, right?
J. Cole's boring.
But J. Cole isn't boring. That's the thing. Like J. Cole's stance. That's what my point is. Like, it sounds like a boring stance, but the fact that he looks the way he looks makes it interesting. The fact that he comes out and he's dissing Lil Yachty and stuff, which is corn, whatever, it makes it interesting. The fact that his album's called KOD, and even his interview with Lil Pump, like he's way more interesting of a person than Joyner Lucas is, but they represent the same kind of person.
Yeah.
I feel like Joyner Lucas needs to learn how to get in that, maintain humbleness, not show I'm excited, but still be entertaining figure. Because a lot of those questions were asked, answered, that's it.
Yeah, no elaboration at all. That's why the interview was weird, because it was like, I think it was like 18 or 19 minutes long, but like there was just no, it was an actual radio interview, I guess I should say. So I guess that could make a difference, because the way we're watching it on YouTube, I guess wasn't the original intention, even though that might sound kind of weird because like it's an interview, but like they only had a certain amount of time in between what they were doing, you know what I'm saying? Because it was cut up, you could tell that. It was like, because it was live on the radio, but there was just no elaboration.
I feel like Joyner still answers, and it's weird because I'm in this position too. He still answers question like a new underground rapper. Like, I could see it like where it's like almost like...
Yeah, he needs to elaborate.
The best interview he's ever given was his Everyday Struggle one.
Because he was more involved. You know what I mean?
And not only that, but he really... Because Joyner is somebody whose character is, I don't care. My integrity means more than anything. He really needs to tap into that. He almost seemed like he wasn't trying to offend in that interview at all. Like, and even though the questions were very softball...
Offend what, though?
Questions. Huh?
Offend what, though? What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, okay. All right. On the Everyday Struggle interview, you could tell he came with a mission. You could tell he thought by the end of this interview, I want this, this, and this to be known, right? And it was like around the time when they were saying he was dissing Lil Pump, the Logic stuff, and he had a mission. So the way he was speaking about Logic was very candid, very interesting. There's a lot of meat to that, because I can go back to that interview and get new stuff.
I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna tell you something though. Let me add something to that. I feel like a reason why it was more like that was because at the time he was facing two people that are very one person he was going against, both people that he was one person that he was talking to, he was going against the grain of, and then the other person that he was talking about, he had beef with. So I feel like that made him be more vocal of a person, because like because somebody said in the comment section of that about the Everyday Struggle interview about how he was defending M, and then I went back and watched it and I was like, damn, that's right, he was kind of on the like defense with Joe a little bit, so I feel like that made him be more involved, and then he was more on the offense with Logic because he was beefing with him, so he was trying to make it like known that, yeah, you know, I called him out because I don't like him, like, simple as that, yada yada. Like,
which is true, but I'm saying that he needs to find a way to engage people as much in his interviews, even when he's not on the defensive. If he has to, let me take that back. If he has to figure out a way where he feels like he's always on the defensive in interviews to give good interviews, and he's going to have to do that, because interviews, honestly, and like social media, like your little clips, really do a lot for an artist. We're not going to act like Kevin Gates' interviews weren't half of the reason he blew up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so, like, if Kevin Gates would have gave doodle interviews, I don't think he would have had the impact he has. So it's like Joyner needs to figure out a way, and I know it's hard for him because he even though you told me the other day he was signed, he moves like a true independent.
He does, yeah.
He moves like there's nobody telling him how to get it. When he gets it, he does it and then thinks about how he could improve afterwards. He moves like there's no real, not that there's not a team behind him, but there's not like a label behind him.
Yeah, no, I said that to you the other day. I made a point about, because I'm not trying to diss him by any means by saying this, but kind of the way that he even dresses, like, it kind of seemed like maybe financially that he might not 100% be there yet.
Yeah, he had that Evelyn's wear.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he definitely had the sale.
He had that corner store GI.
A lot. And it's like, not that it's a bad thing, but it's just one thing when you know. And I mean, maybe it's like I notice it so much because I'm from where he's from. So it's like I see that every time. So it's like, yeah. But like, I don't really, to me, like, that could be a reason why maybe he doesn't get the same looks, because I feel like if he was to go, because he went to the Breakfast Club before, but that was in 2015, and now it's like he's way different. So I feel like if he went to the Breakfast Club,
that was 2015.
Yeah.
You sure?
Positive.
How was it 2015?
2015, bro. I looked it up.
All right.
Yeah, I looked it up. I'll look it up again just to tell you the exact date, but
definitely feel like it was 2016. But yeah, all right. But what was I gonna say?
Yep, 11/30 of 2015.
What?
November 30th of 2015. So almost 3 years ago. 3 years ago and a couple days.
Okay, so another question now is, who's supposed to be dropping early next year?
I don't know.
Is there anybody announced?
Not that I know of. I mean, other than like, I mean, Kanye is dropping at the very end of the year, so I mean, that's kind of going into the beginning. But other than that, I can't think of anybody who's supposed to be coming out, other than like the Bodied soundtrack.
I'm gonna tell you right now, come January, I don't think Yanni's gonna have the impact. It's gonna be like restarted. It's not gonna be like 2 months of, unless Kanye just figures out some way to break the matrix.
Well, it's only really one, because like it comes out the very, very end of November, so basically all of December. So I doubt that people are gonna be talking about that on to January.
But I'm thinking like, if Ross doesn't drop soon, he's gonna drop early next year, I think. And I'm going to say right now, that gives Joyner the chance to be the big album of the beginning of the year, like Revival was.
I think, yeah.
And he's really smart, because by 2019, there may not be many Eminem appearances. There may not be much more Eminem content to be given out, so he's going to give that as the Eminem content of the beginning of 2019. That's going to make a flood. And he's smart. He's smart for not dropping it now, because there is a bunch of options of stuff you can go watch for M, and there's new stuff coming. But after Body drops and the soundtrack drops, it's going to be like, if you're an M fan and you're looking for M content and that drops, you have no choice but to go rock with that. Yeah. So he's gonna do numbers with that.
I think he's definitely going to do numbers. I don't doubt that. He's not
with that song at least. With that song at least.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, even with the last song that he dropped, his single, I mean, views wise, like what we can see right now, it's doing very well. So I mean, he's definitely doing his little thing right now. I can't even hold you. But yeah, so back to the K Slay interview, bro. K Slay was definitely asking some.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot K Slay some bail real quick. I'm gonna shoot K Slay some bail real quick, right? Maybe, because I'm going to say maybe they did it already, like they did it beforehand, or maybe he had like stock questions he was supposed to ask or something. I don't know. Damn, you froze.
It was weird, bro. Like the questions that he literally asked him if he was going to have merch. Oh, I will say though, a dope thing that he did talk about was that app that he created. The app that he created was crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's big.
Yeah, that's real big. That's something that He created an app essentially where rappers can play the beat and write at the same time, because he was just saying that a lot of people deal with issues where...
I'm telling you, that's a big issue.
Yeah.
That's a big issue. And, like, the fact that nobody has thought of doing that yet is where Joyner's smart at.
Definitely very smart.
But where he does mess up, kind of not to blow up his spot, but if you get YouTube Red, you can do that too. But yeah, I feel you though. But there's other features that he applied.
Well, I think he was kind of saying more so, I believe that email's integrated with it, because he was saying like
there's a lot of other things that are integrated that makes it better than YouTube Red for that. So I wasn't tripping.
Yeah. Is it free? Do you know? I wish he would have said more about it, because he didn't. The way he was saying it, he was saying like Tilly something, and I didn't catch it, so I couldn't really find the app. But so if anybody knows like what the app is called, definitely drop that in the comment section, because I'm interested.
He apparently had hella people on it though.
Yeah, he said like 54,000 just off of like 2 posts about it. So I mean, it could very well blow up. Yo, what you doing, son?
Just put my head back. Damn, man.
What, you going to sleep?
Nah. Fuck.
Man,
Why you tripping?
Cause you look crazy as hell. But yeah, man, shit. Let us know in the comment section what you think about the album when it coming out. What you think it's gonna do.
I feel like there's something else. I feel like the feature we talked about drops early next year. Merch. And the app, all right. Okay, yeah, I guess.
I don't know what this dude talking about, son.
I was seeing if we forgot something.
No, I don't think so. Other than, that's it, bro. That's it. Grr. MUNFU podcast. Get your money up, not your funny up, dummy.
Strictly for the Fans EP out now. Go stream that on all major platforms. Go leave a review too and rate it.
Do that. Link in the description. And get that merch. You heard?
Physical copies of Strictly for the Fans. Email strictlyforthefansep@gmail.com for a hard copy. And I sign off them, by the way.
That's facts. Bye.